In this video, I will be teaching you everything you need to know about Footbag in under 5 minutes. If you're a new player interested in the sport, then this is the video for you. I'm going to cover shoes, footbags, and all the basic foundational moves. But first, I need to give you a quick lesson on the difference between footbag and hacky sack. Now, when I say footbag, you probably think, oh, he's talking about hacky sack. And when you think of hacky sack, you probably think of one of these. This is actually a crocheted footbag, and this is a hacky sack. Hacky sack is a brand of footbag made by Whammo. Now, these are all footbags, but only this one is technically a hacky sack. Now, when people talk about playing hacky sack, it's usually a group of people kicking a crocheted footbag in a circle. And when people talk about footbag, it's usually a solo player doing stalls and tricks or a group of people taking turns. But honestly, most players don't care what you call it. The terms are completely interchangeable, but at least now you know. Now, before you start playing, the only thing you'll need is a footbag. If you're interested, I have another video ranking over 50 bags, but these are my top picks for beginners. This is the Sandmaster and the Classic Dirt Bag. These are $8 each and very common sand-filled beginner bags. The Sandmaster stalls easier, and the Dirt Bag is more durable but has a longer break-in period. These are the Jester and the Jester Cord. These are slightly larger bags with a lower fill percentage, making them very easy to stall and do basic tricks. Personally, I prefer the corduroy. It's more durable and I feel like the fabric sticks to my foot better. And last but not least is the Dirt Bag Special K. Unlike these sand-filled bags, it is filled with metal and rubber. The metal allows the bag to be just as heavy with an even lower fill percentage, so it's incredibly easy to stall, and the addition of rubber makes it extremely fun to kick. The only rule to footbag is never do a toe pickup with a stitched fabric bag like these. Next are the sneakers. Now, any sneaker will do, but fabric sneakers are better than leather. They weigh less, you can feel the bag better, and the bag won't slide off your foot. You'll want a sneaker with a flat toe box, not rounded. Usually skating shoes and tennis shoes work well. One of the most popular shoes right now is the Nike Adversary. You can find videos online if you want to further modify them, or if you want to get shoes made specifically for footbag, you can buy a pair of Quantums. Now that you have everything you need, it's time to work on stalls, tricks, and kicks. Before you do any physical activity, it's always a good idea to stretch, and after that, the first thing you'll need to work on are the 4 basic kicks. They're all pretty self-explanatory. Inside kick. Open your hips a little and try to keep the bag centered in front of you. Kick the bag with the inside of your foot. Outside kick. Use the outside of your foot. Toe kicks. You can lift your knee straight up if the bag is close to your body, or there's the toe flick, which is more of a recovery move if the bag is further away from you. And your fourth option is using your knees. Now, after you feel comfortable with all the kicks, it's time to move on to the stalls. I'd say there's 5 common stalls, but there's really only 3 you need to master. Almost all tricks involve the toe stall, inside stall, or clipper stall. Knee stalls and outside stalls are good to know, but you won't use them nearly as much. So when you do a stall, you want the same placement on your foot as the kicks, but you'll lower your foot slightly with the bag to cushion it and stall it on your foot. The clipper is the most difficult. It's an inside stall with your leg crossed behind your planting leg, so you'll have to shift your weight onto your planting foot, bend your knee slightly, and catch it across your body. And after you feel comfortable with those stalls, next you'll start working on tricks. There's 5 basic tricks you'll need to learn, and these will be the building blocks that will open you up to the entire playbook. The most important trick to learn is around the world. You set it about knee height, go around it, in to out, and catch it back on the same foot. A reverse around the world where you go out to in is called an orbit. But they're both around the worlds, so just start with your dominant foot and do whatever feels more natural. Eventually, you should try to learn both ways with both feet. Next is the leg over. You'll switch from one foot to an around the world with your opposite foot. If you set it with your right foot, you'll put your right foot back down, do an out to in around the world with your left foot, catching it on your left foot. Next is the pickup. Same as the leg over, but you'll do an in to out around the world with the catching foot. Next is the mirage. You'll be catching the bag on the same foot you set it with. So you'll set the bag, go around it in to out with the opposite leg, and catch it back on your setting foot. And last but not least is the butterfly. You'll jump over the bag with your planting leg and catch it in a clipper stall. And after you start learning these moves, try stringing them together, and eventually you'll be ready to advance to more difficult tricks and variations. And that's it. That's everything you need to know. I hope this helps. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.